It's come down to Drogba, who this time is the fifth penalty taker for Chelsea in the final shootout. He's done it! The greatest night in the history of Chelsea Football Club. It's finished at Sunderland. Manchester United have done all they can. That Rooney goal was enough for the 3 points. Manchester City are still alive here. Balotelli, Aguero!
What's going on? Welcome back to another episode of Oil Money FC, your podcast for everything footy related surrounding Europe and the U.S. men's national team. I'm Devin.
I'm Barek.
We got a lot to talk about today. Boy, was it a crazy week in the world of European football, and it has nothing to do with games that were played. What a week we had, Breck.
Crazy week. Game seemed secondary, seemed to not matter whatsoever. But we'll obviously get into it, but like the fate of football as it's known was up in the air. So every game that was played was like, yeah, does it really matter with the news going on? So crazy week, one of the craziest weeks ever.
It's gonna go down in history for sure. The formation of the Super League was a roller coaster. Let's just put it that way. I mean, you literally within a span of 2 days had everything hanging in the balance, with these 12 teams deciding to branch off and, go form their own league in, a kind of FU to FIFA, UEFA and FIFA. And, UEFA and FIFA immediately brought the hammer down with the repercussions or the, potential repercussions of doing something like that. And the fans were not happy. Stadiums flooded with people outside protesting. It was crazy. It was actually insane.
Yeah, they sent out, Buck and Roman Abramovich over there at Stamford Bridge sent out Petr Cech as like the little scapegoat. They're like, go out there, talk to them.
Yeah, the mob.
And he's
the mob,
and then the mob was at the gate. The barbarians were at the gates. And it did not matter that they sent out Petr Cech. He still got they were still FU Petr.
It was kind of disrespectful to just send out Petr Cech, to be honest.
It was so disrespectful
unfair to him too.
It was so unfair to him, yeah. And
throw him to the wolves like that.
It was a little ridiculous on their part. Like have some stones and go out there yourself. But
seriously,
it was crazy, man. Like the Chelsea protest kind of got the ball rolling. The night before, it was like, okay, the Super League's happening in August. Everybody was like panic mode 10. Then the Chelsea protest happened. Petr went back inside. Then they announced that Chelsea would withdraw, which started the domino effect, and City joined in. Funny that two clubs ruining football saved football. But that's for another.
It's whatever. They're gonna hate on us no matter what. But our owners actually give a fuck. They're not some greedy American bastards like the Cronkies and the Glazers. We actually care about what the fans think, because we understand what it's like. 20 years ago, 25 years ago, we're playing down in the fucking third division against, fucking like Cheltenham and fucking whatever the fuck.
Yep. Chelsea got relegated and
it's like, we understand what it's like to, be at the bottom and then, now with all the success, be at the top. And so I think the owners realize that. But however, my 2 cents on the whole thing is, I've been saying this to you a lot. I think I have a gut feeling that these clubs were really doing this because they were just fed up with FIFA, rightfully so too. I mean, you could talk about Florentino Perez and how much of a scumbag that guy is as much as you want, but you also, you can't talk about that without and forget to talk about UEFA doing the same things over and over. Greed. They don't care about the players.
Countless scandals.
Yeah, they want to now add even more Champions League games to the schedule each year, and Pep Guardiola is talking about how, they just don't give a fuck about the players because, they're getting hurt, and
how they dealt with, how they have not dealt with racism over the years.
Yeah,
especially
insane.
in Italy.
It's
crazy.
Insane. Yeah. Oh my gosh. But, with that being said, the fans were not happy when these 12 teams came out and announced it. And yeah, I think these owners were like just trying to stick it to FIFA and UEFA especially, and we're like, we want to show you that if you don't, listen to what we're saying about problems, that are going on in your organizations and the way you run things, we can just, go make our own league anytime we want. We could just go and make our own league. And so I think they were using it as leverage. That's just my opinion. I think when you saw how quickly it crumbled, that I think that they kind of had that idea in the back of their mind when joining it that they would probably it probably wouldn't happen and they would probably just leave. But hopefully UEFA got the message. We'll see.
Yeah, it's interesting. A lot of rats went down with the ship. We saw Woodward resign from United. There's like rumors of the Glazers maybe selling.
Yeah,
Juventus
Yeah,
Juventus president resigned, and then that everybody wants Perez to resign. But I mean, he's basically Thanos at this point. It's going to take like everything to get him out of that Real Madrid presidential role.
yeah, no
And
doubt.
to what you said, I agree with almost everything you said. And a thing that people don't realize, like this Super League is not dead. I understand it, like it got stopped.
Barcelona committed to it still.
Barcelona's still committed to it. Perez is still there. Like there's still a chance that they come back with some revisions when all the domestic league seasons end, and be like, okay, we got to revise Super League. So I mean,
Yeah.
like you said, it's the battle between the big clubs and UEFA is ongoing. And another sneaky little thing that people don't realize too. I mean, who knows the accuracy of this report, but somewhere in like UEFA, supposedly from World Cup revenues, is sitting on like $2 to $4 billion, supposedly, which is an astronomical number. And you saw Perez talk about it, like Real Madrid need the Super League money to stay alive, and Barcelona with their messy contract and bad investments like Coutinho and Malcolm need the money. But who knows, man? It's like if you run your club poorly, you kind of deserve what you get.
If
Like
if you make your bed, you're gonna sleep in it. You know what I mean?
exactly. Like these giants of the game who have always been giants for a century, are having to deal with some stuff that
as soon as shit hits the fan for them a little bit, they're like, oh, just gonna go make their own league. It's like,
make their own league. We need this money.
off.
That can you give us 300 million to pay for Haaland and Mbappe? It's like no, you're gonna have to
no,
deal with
maybe
the
you shouldn't have
problems.
been paying. You shouldn't have jacked up the prices, paying fucking, 120 million for Dembele and
Yeah.
PSG paying 250 million for Neymar. Like if you can't afford them, like, oh well, wait till their contract's up, sign them for free.
Yeah,
know what I mean?
exactly. It's just
They're
it's
not gonna let
crazy
these
too. Like
players walk for free. So like at that point, at least they'll bring the price down a little bit, because if they know that the player's just gonna walk for free because they don't want to stay there anymore and they're not gonna sign a new contract, like, and they're trying to go join a big team, they'll just drop the price because may as well make some money on it. You know what I mean?
another thing people don't realize about UEFA, there was that iconic moment. I don't know, what would you say this, Devin? Like 6-7 years ago, where the guy threw money at the president of FIFA and like on TV. Do you remember this?
Yeah, that was when like Sepp Blatter was president.
Yeah,
That guy
Sepp
was,
Blatter
like,
was president.
that guy
Yes,
was like
that's
the
his name.
woke though.
And they threw money at him because of the allegations and stuff. And then basically the Sepp Blatter era ended, and all the people that were under his administration got rooted out for corruption claims and stuff. But everybody that replaced them, who's currently there now, is still part of like the corruption. Like they've been around it their whole careers. Like the whole system of UEFA needs
And
to be
FIFA,
washed
yeah.
out. Yeah, these just need to be cleaned out and bring in new people that
No, I agree.
care about the game.
Drain the swamp, Trump
Drain the
style.
swamp. Yeah.
No, but I going back to what you're saying too, like another thing I was thinking about is like, who's to say, like you said, that the Super League isn't like necessarily dead yet. Like, yeah, like who's to say that these teams weren't just like, okay, hold off on it because they're threatening to, cancel Champions League games and not let us like, win our respective league titles. Like, let us just finish those because we're so close to the end. And then we'll talk about things in the summary, like you said, and maybe a deal does get done then. Like, yeah, like who's to say that that's not just like their plan the whole time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, this could have just been a smokescreen to get the real thing going. Like who knows?
Yeah.
These guys.
UEFA better
It
get
is-
their shit together then and fucking
It does upset
come,
me though.
come correct. They
It
better
does-
come correct.
Yeah, exactly. It does upset me though that the clubs that mostly perpetrated this were American owners, so it doesn't look great for us.
Well,
But
yeah, that's
like-
like the main point of like the whole thing is that like American owners don't understand, because American sports, there's no repercussions for like being shitty. Like there's
Yeah.
no
there's actually
no,
reward.
yeah, like there's no punishment for owning the fucking Browns and letting them go like 1-15 for like 10 straight seasons.
No,
Like,
you get like
you
the
just
second
you
pick in the
still
draft.
make the same
Yeah.
amount of money. Yeah, you're still making like the same amount of money, maybe not as much, but like because you don't sell as much merch or tickets, but like you're still making like a fuck ton of money if you're the owner. And it's like if you own a soccer team and you can't just be shitty every year because like you'll drop down, and like the difference in like money that you make being in the Premier League versus the Championship, like it's night and day. It's astronomical. Like the Premier League gets insane TV money. That's why like the relegation battles are so exciting. Sometimes even better than like this year's, even like a little more exciting than the actual title race, just because they know they want to win even like just as much as the people at the top, because they know what it means to stay up. So like that's why I feel like it's these American owners need to study up on the game before they
I
buy
mean,
these teams.
the guy from United Glazer, I believe he said 2 or 3 years ago, I'm still having trouble learning the offside rule. You're like, oof, like it's tough. It's a bad look.
My mom never understood the offside rule. Like, come
Yeah,
on, bro.
exactly.
Like
Come
when
on,
my
bro.
mom used to go to my soccer game, she would never understand what offsides was, and I would always try to explain it to her. It's like you own a team, my man. Come on, like what the
It's
fuck is going on?
it's a
And then
bad look.
today, earlier today, you have the Arsenal fans just showing out for the Rams owner. And who else does he own? He owns like a hockey team too.
He owns he has stakes I read today in 12 different professional
That
organizations. I mean, and he owns a ranch in
Stan
Texas.
Kroenke, yeah.
He owns a ranch in
Oh,
Texas that's
it's like 500. I know exactly, like acres, right? Or
it's like the
like
biggest ranch in
thousand. No, it's like
Texas.
8,000 acres or something. Actually,
It's like
yeah.
I think it might be like a top 3 ranch in
And
Texas
it's
in
like
terms of
a couple
size.
hundred million for the whole thing.
So
Right?
he's chilling over there. He doesn't even
He
hear
doesn't
what
give a
he probably
fuck.
he doesn't give a fuck what these
He's
Arsenal fans
admitted
are
that
saying.
he's admitted that Arsenal is literally just a way to
Pay for
make
the
more
Rams.
money. At like they just fucking built a fat stadium
Beautiful.
in LA,
Beautiful
insane
stadium.
stadium. And like he's like just using Arsenal to fund. And it's like these Arsenal fans, like, listen, I'm not an Arsenal fan, but you gotta feel for them, especially seeing these
Oh,
fuckers
it's tough.
on Arsenal Fan TV. Which, if
Shout
any
out
of you have
Robbie.
never, yeah, shout out my boy DT. He's my favorite. He's funny as fuck. Uh, but Robbie, yeah, Robbie's the goat. He puts it all together. If y'all have never seen Arsenal Fan TV or heard of it,
Go
look
check
it
him
up.
out.
Look it up on YouTube. That shit is
Check out.
so
Yeah.
funny. Just go to like their most viewed videos. Like, just see some some of their best videos are when Arsene Wenger and like the transition of him finally leaving. Oh my god, so funny.
Iconic.
You
Check
have,
out
like,
Troops. Check out Troops. He used to be part of
Barstool,
Arsenal.
yeah,
Arsenal, yeah, he works with Barstool now.
works
He's
for Barstool now.
great content.
Great content, yeah. But yeah, no, like these American owners just don't like they don't get it. They do not like
Yeah, and they
they
don't
don't know what it
understand.
means.
They don't understand the whole pyramid like funnel system of cash that the Premier League funnel. The lower leagues, basically survive off the backs of the top leagues. Even the Championship, people don't realize how much money is in the Championship. They think it's these lower clubs, but a lot of these lower clubs have rich owners too. But another
Yeah.
thing I wanted to
A
get
lot of
into
them were like
was
Premier League staples. But yeah, go ahead.
Premier League staples. Yeah, that it was. In Germany, they have a 50+1 rule. So like half the club of say Bayern or Dortmund are owned by the fans, and the British government and Boris Johnson are looking into potentially making that a model so that something like this doesn't happen in England again. I just wanted to get what you think. Like, is that possible? Would they ever allow it? Like,
I don't know. I doubt it. Because you got to think about who some of these owners are. Like, you think you think Roman Abramovich is about to just give up half Chelsea? I mean, there's probably investors. He doesn't own
no,
100%
but
of it, right? Does he own one? No,
he
I know,
probably owns
like-
majority. Yeah.
yeah, definitely owns majority. Because the thing is, like, I know Man City is owned by like the dudes from Abu Dhabi, but they don't own 100%. Like, I know this American company, Silver Lake, just sunk a bunch of money into it, to become like part owners. But yeah, no, I mean, I don't think these. How would that work then? Like, how would they restructure the ownerships? Like, let's say like this company, Silver Lake, owns like 50. I don't know what the number is, but let's say it's like 15% of Man City or like 10%, right? They have a 10% stake. How do you restructure that after giving half of the club away? I don't know how they would do that. Like, what is
I
the
don't know.
10? Does the 10 cut in half? Because the
I don't know.
total's cut in half?
These
I
are
don't know.
questions for the British government.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't know how they do that, but
it's tough. And the Super League, whatever. But then UEFA wants to reform the Champions League, and you can get more into this with Pep's comments and Ilkay Gundogan's comments about it. But I mean, they just don't care about the players. They just want players to just pass out on the pitch at this point.
I mean, yeah, Pep Guardiola gave his press conference. He was talking about how they don't care about the players' health because, like, he was talking about like the festive period, especially like around Christmas time and like November, December. Like,
Too many games.
there's not one whole week off for like 6 or 7 straight weeks.
And that's when the most injuries
They
happen.
go on
And
like,
Aguero would always get injured during
then
that
they
time.
always go on international duty and they come back and he's talking about how he doesn't even really train them that hard as Man City's coach anymore because, or like right now, because like he can't because they're getting trained by their international head coaches and then they're also playing like 3-4 games a week or like 3 really, right? 3 or 2 games a week, I
Yeah.
guess. One on the weekend, one midweek. And so it's like, yeah, they don't care. They're trying to add more games now. Like, what were they trying to do? Widen the field too?
Why in the field? Yeah, it's something ridiculous. Like,
Not like the physical pitch. Like widen, like
no,
no, like add more teams to the Champions League. Yeah,
like another Portuguese team, add
I
another
don't know.
Dutch team. Who knows?
I don't know. Like what the
Crazy times. The
thought
whole game
process
is.
They just want to make money. They don't care.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, so many changes are gonna come in, the coming weeks and months. Like, this saga is not gonna end. We're still gonna be talking about this well into the summer, probably.
Oh yeah, no, this is gonna have long lasting consequences. I think they're like things are gonna change because of this. Because yeah, it's not even like yeah, the Super League was started and ended in 2 days and it's done and dusted as so it seems for now. But it's like you
They're
said, like,
waiting.
yeah, it's still just changed the way because now, like I said, they're looking at UEFA like, okay, see, we can go form our own league, like change things or you know what I mean? Like I think the things that actually come out of the Super League, like the things that happen because they tried to form it, are going to be like more important than actually like the Super League itself. Honestly, that's what I think. Just like the implications are immense, I believe. But we'll see.
Huge.
It's gonna be interesting to see.
And then there was talks like a couple days ago of the Premier League. We can't forget the Premier League. Are not the good guys in this. There's just bad guys, and then there's
There's
worse
like
guys.
batter. Yeah, there's
Yeah.
shitty guys and
But
bad guys, yeah.
they talked about like a British Super League that would include Celtic and Rangers. Then I saw a couple suggestions on Twitter about this, and I love the idea. Like, get rid of the League Cup. Don't call it it's a change. It's the Carabao Cup, and then it's the Red Bull Cup or whatever. Every 2 years,
It was
it's
the
a new
Capital
sponsor.
One Cup before that, yeah.
Capital One Cup. Make it the British Cup, and then
Make it the Man City Cup.
yeah, make it the Man City Cup.
'Cause we just
Exactly.
win that shit every year, no,
But make it the British Cup, and then you have the Scottish teams in there, and then there
that'd
you
be
go.
cool as
You don't
fuck.
need a
That's
Super
great
League.
idea. It's a great idea. I think that'd be dope.
I always wanted I wonder this current Rangers team under Steven Gerrard, or this is way off topic, but how would they do in this Premier League? Would they be a mid-table team? Would they be eighth? I always wonder that stuff.
Celtic?
Celtic
I
have
don't
had a
know.
bad year. Yeah, I don't know.
Oh yeah, no, they but let's think about okay, if you put them in their best years into the Premier League, I don't know, even eighth though,
That's what I'm saying. We don't know.
it's
That's why.
if you have the big six and then you have Leicester and West Ham, that's 8 right there. Do you think they're better than any of those teams? They're probably better than Arsenal this year.
Yeah, I don't know. We
they
just
better
we,
than,
we
Spurs, though? I doubt
completely
it.
forgot to mention that Spurs and Arsenal got into the Super League. Meanwhile, they're not even.
Yeah, well,
They're like
Spurs
six.
haven't won a
10th
trophy
in
in
the
30
table.
years.
Yeah,
Arsenal
got
haven't
into the
won a
Super
league
League.
in almost 20. I mean, yeah,
Hilarious.
that's another great point. Gary Neville was sounding off on Twitter.
Yeah, shout out Gary. He was huge.
He was,
all this.
and people were saying, oh, of course he's saying that he works for Sky Sports. They don't want to lose, which I get the argument there. Yeah, of course Sky Sports and fucking BT are going to be pushing heavily against Super League because it means they're gonna, the Premier League, their pockets are affected. You know what I mean? But people saying oh, that's why Gary Neville was saying that stuff because he just works for Sky Sports and he's just looking out for himself and his paycheck. It's I don't actually believe that. I think Gary Neville actually has
Generally
just a
cares.
true love for the game that he does. The game he fuck money. He's got so much money. He's probably I truly think he's thinking that this is the game I grew up on. I have I made my career out of this game.
Made my life off of it.
My whole life, it literally revolves around this game, really. And so it's to see it just get ruined like that. I think he truly was like heartbroken, honestly. I don't
Yeah,
think
and I mean, he even
like
called for the Glazers for Mobile a couple days ago. So that's he
yeah,
was always very silent on the
I
Man
love
United
you. I
topic.
love United in shambles. It's like just injected. It's like my crack.
I mean, a lot of older Premier League fans probably love it because they saw the dominant eras like we didn't really get to see. We saw the very tail end of it, 2012, 13.
Yeah,
But
I just hate them.
yeah, why don't you tell people how you actually became a Man City fan? It was like you saw somebody watching like United, and
Oh
you're like,
yeah,
"What's
no.
the?"
When I always like played soccer. Like that was like my favorite sport growing up. Played it the longest. Like actually like gave a fuck about it. And then like I never really watched it until I was like probably like 10 or 11 years old. And then like everyone knew Manchester United, like Cristiano Ronaldo and Wayne Rooney, and like I was like, well, I want to pick a team and start watching it, but I'm not gonna root for Manchester United like everybody else. So I was like, let me just pick their rivals. Like let me just pick, I guess they would Man United fans would tell you that Liverpool are their rivals, but that's just because they're salty that we're better than them now. But yeah, I mean, I was just like, let me just pick Manchester City. Fuck it. And then I actually started watching it, and I think playing FIFA, the video game, really, really made me like actually get into soccer and make it and become like a diehard. It's my favorite sport by far now. And so like I think playing FIFA was what really got me into it. But I became a Man City fan because I was just like, fuck all these other people in America. All they talk about is Manchester United. That's all they know. I was like, fuck it. But yeah, no,
Yeah,
that's my TED talk. Thank you for coming. Now, I'm glad though. I love it. It's the greatest sport. And yeah, I think I was feeling what Gary Neville was feeling for sure. I was like, this could be the end. I don't know if I don't want to watch some super league. Like, what's the point?
no, yeah, and it just completely would have erased a lot of history of FA Cups, leagues.
Yeah, we're actually like becoming the dynasty team now in the Premier League. Like
Yeah,
we're about to win our fifth title in the last 10. That's crazy.
I mean it's Manchester United type
You
stuff,
know what I mean?
and
So like, and now we're just gonna throw it all away to go join
throw
some
it all away
stupid
to
league
get
where you can't
a
even
little
get
more.
relegated. Come
Yeah,
on.
it's crazy, and
Like, don't get me wrong. I'd love to see these teams play each other week in, week out. Be dope.
doesn't make it special though.
But no,
Dilutes
then
it.
exactly. It's better when you like play them like once a year and you don't even get to play all of them. Like City
Yeah,
are playing PSG.
it's an occasion.
They haven't played them in like 3 years.
Yeah,
I
that's what
can't
makes it
I can't wait
special.
to. Is that
Another thing too.
oh my god, that's on Tuesday.
That's
Oh
on
man.
Tuesday. Yeah, and
Ah, I
Chelsea,
forgot about that.
Real Madrid. I think Chelsea, Real Madrid will be played. There's talks about like, oh, Real Madrid will be banned and Chelsea will just go to the final. I don't think they'll let
I
that
hope not.
happen.
I hope not.
I mean, I hope so, but
Yeah, no, but
that
if
would
you're
be
gonna
lit.
win it, you want to win it legit.
Nah, yeah, I want to win it like legit, but because then people will be like, oh, Mickey Mouse Trophy, fuck it. There's, I doubt it, but like, do you think any punishment comes to any of these clubs, like Real Madrid, Barcelona, the ringleaders, or Juventus? Like
I don't
any
know.
ramifications? Who's gonna
I
punish them?
would
UEFA?
lean
Like
towards no, just knowing how corrupt shit is and how much power these stupid fucks have. But if it did come, I wouldn't be surprised.
no,
In
yeah.
some form. Maybe not the craziest thing, but my gut tells me no. I literally just it's the one thing my favorite sport is like that's the one thing about American sports is maybe there's some little corruption going on, but I just doubt it. I think like but in soccer it's just rampant. It's so bad.
I mean, a lot of people don't want to hear like a lot of American
Bro,
fans
like
probably don't
how
know
many
this.
thousands of people have died building stadiums for the World Cup in Qatar next year?
That's a great
Why
point.
does no one talk about that?
Why
That's
does no one talk
like
about
a
that? Like 2,000
human
people have died or something.
like a human rights like massacre. It's like a fucking
Yeah,
genocide.
all the stadiums that were built in Brazil that are just rotting away in the jungle now. Like it's
Yeah,
like
what? Who? Yeah. I
it's
don't know.
so bad.
I don't
And
know.
then
I can't even get into that conversation. That's just too much
it's
right
such a
now.
deep conversation,
Yeah.
and a lot of American fans probably don't know this, but a lot of these clubs have particularly shady owners, and a lot of this money probably isn't legit. So they use a lot of big transfers to wash cash. And
Yeah, it's so
there's been
obvious
some
when they like trade players like
when they
Pjanic going to fucking
Pjanic and
Barcelona.
Arthur,
Yeah.
that was the biggest like that set off some signals like whoa, why would you trade a better player for a worse player who's older? And you just think like but the amount of cash that has to be watched, especially, I mean, I'm the one to talk. Like Roman Abramovich has huge mob ties. He can't even be in the country of England. So yeah, who knows what he's done? You know what I mean? They have
Yeah.
surveillance on him
Yeah,
24/7.
Man
Like,
City's owners have apparently like committed human rights
yeah,
violation. Well, oh, I
the
guess
family.
Is Abu Dhabi in Qatar? No, it's in Emirates, right?
I would have to look on a
Oh
map.
God,
To
if
be
it's
honest.
in Qatar, that's a bad look.
That's you should look that up.
I'm
But
looking it up. It's in the Emirates. Okay, thank God. Whew. That would have been bad. That would have been a bad look. My owners are actually the ones who I just called out, and I didn't even realize it now. But yeah, that's
Well-
crazy that Abramovich can't even go to England.
I mean, I think the last time he attended a Chelsea game was like 2005 or something, like something ridiculous. I don't know off the top of my head, but
He was at the Champions League final in Munich, though.
yeah, you can go to the other countries. It's like we said before, just keep track of this. It's not going away. It's gonna come back somehow in the summertime. Then next year there'll be another like Super League thing. I just wonder if his time is numbered with this. You know, like I wonder if FIFA want to fall man.
The thing is, like I said, first of all, he's got so much power, and you can't forget that he's actually been a great fucking what is his role? President of Real
President, yeah.
Madrid?
They've
been-
won, yeah,
They've won. They won how many Champions Leagues? Like
like
four?
5 under him.
Five.
I think.
Five? Yeah, Ronaldo won. Oh, Ronaldo won one with United though, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
So 4 or 5. Yeah. I mean, he just got reelected too. I'm pretty sure.
yeah,
I'm pretty sure nobody ran against him either.
yeah.
Because
Maybe one guy.
want him.
Yeah.
They want him as president, rightfully so. But yeah, so that's what I'm saying. I don't know how easy it is to just take him down. I don't, but it is gonna be interesting. Like you said, this is not over, and it'll be a spicy summer, especially with the Euros. You still have to wait till after that to figure it out too, because those players don't want to miss that, especially because it was
No.
supposed to be last year.
And the whole talk of the Super League banning people from international competition was one of the worst parts about the whole thing. I mean, we saw Kevin De Bruyne
Pulisic,
talk.
our
Pulisic.
boy. Oh my
We
God.
saw Kevin De Bruyne put out a great statement about being from a little town in Belgium, and his dream was to play for the Belgium national team. It's like that would be taken away if the Super League was ever to form. You know?
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. We'd lose Zach Steffen too. My gosh.
He had a howler in the FA Cup semifinal, man.
God, we don't want to talk about it. He was literally on an island. He was not playing soccer.
The game goes to penalties if that mistake doesn't happen.
I
too.
know. It's all right. Can't win them all.
Can't win them all.
Still got three. I don't even care about the final on Sunday against Tottenham.
No,
I don't. The Carabao Cup.
the
Won it
Carabao
4
Cup
times in a
doesn't
row or
exist.
3 times in a row.
Yeah,
Like, just get that Champions League trophy for the love of God, please. Just do it.
yeah, we'll definitely heavy Champions League next week.
Yes, sir.
It's the first leg. Then we'll get more into the league.
What is it?
games.
1 game Tuesday, 1 game Wednesday?
Yeah,
Or are they both the same day?
I think Tuesday, Wednesday, if I had to make.
But yeah, so yeah, I think that's it for the Super League talk. We had some interesting, well, I guess wasn't the results that are interesting, but the La Liga is still the most competitive league in the world right now. You got all the big 3 just right around each other. Barcelona actually now control their own destiny. If they win every match from here on out,
They win the
do
league.
win.
Yeah,
They are 2 points behind.
I think they
Atletico.
play Atletico too in a couple weeks.
They do.
So that's.
I mean,
the game
you'd
gonna
think that's just
decide.
going to decide it, right?
Yeah, it's going to decide it because, I mean, Real Madrid have to just keep winning at a high clip, and if they have one slip up, it's over.
Yeah, so Tuesday at 3 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Central is Chelsea, Real Madrid. And the next day, same time, is City, PSG. Both games are in England, I believe. Yes.
And the first leg is so important, man. Like
setting the tone 100%.
setting the tone, man. Like
When's the final? May 29th?
a lot of the second legs are just very uneventful because of what happened in the first leg. Like you look at the Bayern PSG 1-0. Bayern won but lost on aggregate, and it's like all the stuff that happened in the first leg is why the game was so uneventful in the second leg.
Yeah, because the teams will switch up
They'll switch up the tactics.
and
They'll play more
all that.
defensive. It's crazy, man. I'm feeling really confident going in. I don't I feel like I'm happy to play Real Madrid. I feel like if you're you, I'm not thrilled about
I'm
playing PSG.
I'm shook. I'm shook. I think there is, well, there's always that we choke in this competition, so there's always just going to be doubt in my mind, and I will not truly believe we've won it until I
Well, it
see
happens.
fucking whoever the fuck, I guess fucking like De Bruyne lifting the fucking trophy. But yeah, no, I think we can definitely win though. We just can't get caught on the counter. I mean, if Neymar and Mbappe just are allowed to like just have the ball running at like three defenders, I don't fancy the chances. If Neymar has his finishing boots on, oh my god, it's probably just over.
Yeah, that's the scariest part. Like we talk about this, he could be on his day the best player in the world. Like
I just
and
Phil
you just gotta
Foden's gonna-
hope.
we
Yeah,
got
you just gotta hope that your team can outscore him and
yeah.
defend well.
Pep better not come up with some goofy fucking tactics. I don't even know like what it would be.
Yeah,
but
like what he did against Lyon last year, where he just like rotated, and you're like, come on, you gotta win the leg before you can like think about
yeah,
rotating.
he also like rested De Bruyne one year in a Champions League game.
Yeah, and they
like,
lost.
first leg. I don't even know. But yeah, no, I mean, I think just keep them off the counter. I think feed the right wing because their left back is trash, and hopefully Mahrez can just sauce. But it's just if we had Aguero in like peak form, I would actually like be confident going in. It's just like if it comes down to like a finish, like the only one I really trust is Foden and De Bruyne. But De Bruyne isn't up top.
Yeah, Gabriel Jesus is going to play a big role, and Sterling, man, he's been in terrible form. He's got to be better in these legs.
Yeah,
You
he
gotta
is
think.
down horrendous. Raheem Sterling is down bad right now. He's a fragile mental motherfucker.
He is, and he's so much better than he's playing, and you just wonder like, and does he bench him on one of the legs if he,
Oh, dude, he didn't even play against Dortmund.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know if he gets in the team much.
How could he with the way Foden's playing? I mean, Foden, Mahrez, Jesus up top. Like, what are you gonna play him at striker?
Yeah, I don't know. That's
So-
that's that's an interesting one.
Yeah, I mean, he's just glass brain. He just falls apart
Mhm.
and it just turns trash, or he just keeps his mental like strong and he can be a beast. I don't know. We'll see what happens. He played a huge role in Real Madrid last year. That's
Yeah.
the thing.
So who knows?
But
Can't wait.
yeah, no, I can't wait for those games Tuesday and Wednesday. Let's go. Yeah, but I think that's about it for me. Anything else?
Chelsea play West Ham on the weekend. Big top four battle.
Yes, sir.
So we'll definitely get into more Premier League coverage next week. There's a lot of games to talk about. Big, games on the weekend that we'll get into definitely.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. City have an 8-point lead on United. If assuming United win that game in hand that they have, they're 11 back right now with a game in hand. But I mean, it's not. It won't. I won't be like feeling that we're home free for like 1 or 2 more weeks.
Yeah, you just win a couple more games and you have it in the back.
We don't play this weekend though because we have the
True.
what's it called? The Carabao Cup final. Tottenham
yeah,
Hotspur
and-
Sunday.
Ryan Mason won his first game in charge of Tottenham. If people remember, you might not remember. He
I
had a
remember when he
horrendous
was on
head
the
injury.
team. Yeah, I was gonna say the man's a
Against
walking
Hull.
concussion.
Had to retire. Took over the youth coach, and then now he's the coach, and he's the youngest coach to ever to get a win at Tottenham. He's 26 years old. Shout out
Awesome.
Ryan Mason.
Yeah, shout out to Ryan Mason. All right, well, I think that's it for us here. Appreciate everybody listening as always. We will probably be back Thursday.
Thursday-ish.
We'll shoot for
Yeah.
Thursday. Today is Friday, the 23rd. We'll have this up either tonight or first thing tomorrow morning, depending on what goes on when I walk out of my bedroom door right now. But yeah, no. Thanks for listening, everybody. This is episode 3. We'll be back next week with episode 4. Let's go City. Let's go Chelsea.
Go
Big
Chelsea.
games. De Bruyne and Aguero are fit, so
Ace him out, baby.
Phil Foden's
Future.
gonna have a masterclass. just wait on it. But yeah, that'll do for us here. Appreciate it.
Peace.
Man drop the shoulder feint once, quick kick, then I drop man's G. First time I link her, Nando sweet. 9.95, I swipe then eat. A 1-2 rap, she don't give hat. Thiago Silva, man blocked then ski. Had man screaming.